Hello, welcome to this update for Asia, for the winter weather and stuff. So now, in central Russia, Kazakhstan, we have some snow, and also down to Tajikistan in eastern Iran, we have a little bit of snow too, and we do have a small cold wave through Russia and later this week into Kazakhstan. So shows there in Russian northern Kazakhstan. This is Wednesday tomorrow already. Some very much below average temperatures for most of Kazakhstan into central Russia and also into Uzbekistan and some other areas. So later, does show diminishing a little bit, but does show the 26 some below average temperatures throughout some spots of China, into Mongolia too, and central to eastern Russia. And after that, it does show another potential one on the 31st in Central Russia. So be aware, those areas, the European has the same thing. So this would already be tomorrow, the 22nd, shows this big cold wave throughout Central Russia, Kazakhstan, with much below normal temperatures, especially in northern Kazakhstan and those areas. So be careful. Those areas, the cold temperatures and everything. And it goes there still on the 24th, shows this branch into northernmost China, like some spots northwestern China, and central Russia, still those below average temperatures. It goes there, and on the 27th shows this more to China. There are some below average temperatures. So we'll keep watching this, but be aware those areas. And now there's the European model here. So it goes, so for Wednesday tomorrow, still shows some snow in Kazakhstan and some snow central Russia, the Himalayas as well, especially northern India into maybe Pakistan and China. So it goes, and like Wednesday to Thursday shows the system in China with more snow there, and especially Friday. This is late Friday, right, into Saturday, so shows a lot of snow for central to northern China, Mongolia, and some spots of freezing rain through central China there, and some near the Himalayas too. So it goes there, and shows even some snow in Beijing on Saturday, the 25th, some in Mongolia still, and through northern China. So shows some rain on the south side of this, to Vietnam and southern China, and still some heavier snow on these mountains here of southeastern China. And it goes into Sunday, the 26th. On Sunday, it's showing as some heavy snow to North Korea, South Korea, and most of northern China. So this still some 5 days out, but it will change a lot, this information, but this is definitely possible. It goes through Monday, the 27th, shows still some snow around northern China, South Korea, and it goes there by the 29th, shows through southeastern Russia, some snow, and once again in Japan there. So it shows like on the 27th, some storms the southern islands of Japan, and this front crosses there later on the 27th with some snow and rain through southern and central Japan, and meanwhile some snow in the north too. So it goes there on the 28th, does show a little bit of snow, some spots north and southern Japan, but nothing that crazy. But it increases on the 29th, shows more snow in Japan on the 29th and everything, but still some snow in Russia and northern China by the 29th. The 30th, this mainly moves away from China, but still more snow in Japan, the mountains. So be careful. The 31st, still snow in Japan. It quiets down for a few hours until we get another system on the 1st of February. More snow central to northern Japan, and until we might get another one on the 2nd. But this is like 13 days out or something, and this changes every single day. So we'll still keep monitoring this, but just be aware in China, the short term with this system, and the immediate short term, there Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and those areas. Today, the rest of Tuesday, throughout Wednesday, more snow there. So be careful. There's the GFS too. Let's see if it works. So it shows the snow through central Russia too, and there in Kazakhstan. It does show Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, those areas that snow there, and the western Himalayas too goes, and it also has the snow in China there, but not as extreme as the European, but it does show the snow there, Serene too, and half of the system goes south, more snow for like southern China, and more rain, even rain northern Vietnam, and most of the snow goes to northern China and Russia there on the 25th, shows snow in North Korea, South Korea on the 26th, and it goes there. The 27th already shows in Japan, especially like a bunch of islands there, but it's mainly in the mountains. Like the snow is mainly confined to the high elevations, but there could be a snowflake or two a little bit lower. But be careful, especially along the western areas there, the mountains. So it goes. The 28th still shows snow there, and now shows much of central northern Japan. Most of those cities there, and northernmost Japan too, and southeastern Russia shows some heavier there too. The 28th goes, and still some snow on the 30th through central to northern Japan, and it goes there, and that does show this system later on the 30th for southern Japan, with some rain there and snow, even some spots of freezing rain through South Korea, but it shows like here. So yeah, and the 30th goes there, and after that still shows some snow on the 1st and the 2nd, the mountains Japan, and even until the 4th, some snow there, but it's too far. So be aware those areas, and after, even after that system goes away from China, shows another wave of snow on the 28th, like southern Russia and northeastern and eastern Kazakhstan, and it does show this snow affecting central and western Mongolia on the 29th. So be aware, and does show this snow from Mongolia affecting some parts of eastern China, again later on the 29th. So be aware those areas, and there's the icon too, shows the snow in Russia now, and and not way from like Russia to Afghanistan. Some snow goes there, and shows by the 23rd more for central Russia, those areas, and still some like in eastern Kazakhstan into northern China. It goes there, shows more for for central China, southern Mongolia on the 24th, shows on the 25th, more snow for central eastern Mongolia, and especially China there, of course. And it goes, and there shows some Beijing too on the night of the 25th or on the 26th, goes there, and shows some into Russia and in eastern Mongolia, but mainly in China on the 26th. So it goes there, and then show late on the 27th, more snow in South Korea, North Korea, northern China too. It goes and like shows this front in Japan with some heavier precipitation on the 28th. So it goes there, shows a lot of scattered snow too, and more rain. Those areas shows more rain, snow on the 28th still crossing Japan, and the icon does indicate some heavier snow uh, late on the 28th to the 29th northern Japan, and yeah, but this will still change. It changes all the time, but there's some other models here too, like the Canadian model. So let's see if it shows something important. So now here, so now there's this snow in Russia and Kazakhstan. It goes there, and on the 24th it shows some snow for central China, some spots there, but very scared. It will be actually late on the 25th that shows some more a little bit heavier snow for central to eastern China, and later on the 26th more a little bit heavier in the mountains southern China, and another strip of snow to northern China and eastern Mongolia. So it goes there, shows more for South Korea into China, Russia there, North Korea on the 27th. It's still some in southern China, the 27th. So it's there here. So yeah, it doesn't show snow here. I'll try to find Japan. They have Japan here, so let's see. Shows there, so you can see the snow in purple. Central China there on the 24th. Shows some heavy snow on the 24th. Some spots of central China, so be careful those areas it goes. The 25th still shows that snow there, shows on the Koreas on the 27th, and heavier between China and Russia there. So be careful it goes, and they show this heavy rain in Japan on the 27th, and mix some snow too in the mountains the 27th, the 28th, Japan there. So be careful those areas, and let's see if there's any other anything else here. So be aware those areas. There's also this model here, but it's short range. Here goes, And it doesn't show China, shows Japan there, but just the next 3 days or something shows some showers in Japan there. This could be of snow too, but mainly it's rain and snow. And it does show on the 23rd some heavy storms, the southern islands, this model. So be aware those areas. And so for southwestern Asia, sunspots does show some snow now in eastern Iran too. It goes away there, and does show northern Nepal, in India's some snowing spots, and does show in western Russia and into Turkey some snow too, especially Thursday, late Thursday, the 23rd, some in Turkey, even in Lebanon, shows a small spot of snow and freezing rain. So be aware. So into Friday, that shows some more snow in northern Iran and southeastern Turkey, and and a shower too in Saudi Arabia. So Friday, so it does show the system from Europe there. More rain and snow to western Turkey, the 25th. It goes, and the 26th does show some rain in Cyprus and more snow, rain for southern Turkey, sunspots there. It goes, more showers for Saudi Arabia, the 26th, the 27th, and more snow potentially in Iran, the 28th. So be aware, the 27th already shows some snow Azerbaijan, northern Iran. So be aware. It goes, the 30th shows more in Afghanistan and the Himalayas, and especially more late on the 30th it goes there. The 31st, northern Iran, Turkmenistan, and especially the European shows a big system, and February 1st near northern Pakistan, the western Himalayas, Afghanistan, Tajikistan, northern Nepal, and central India. So it goes there still. Some storms in India on the 2nd, and more snow in the Himalayas, especially showing on February 3rd. This big system of snow, most of the Himalayas, Nepal, and India, more rain in India, especially heavy on February 4th. But this is too far, and it might not even happen. So just keep that in mind. And Russia does show another front tomorrow, Wednesday, exiting from Europe there. Some more snow through central western Russia, and potential another front on the 24th, entering northwestern Russia. Some snow further south too. Goes, shows more snow until the 26th into central northwestern Russia, and still on the 27th, and on the 28th shows some snow entering northern Kazakhstan. Potentially it goes there, and still some snow on the 30th, Kazakhstan to Mongolia possibly, and more fronts into Russia there, the 30th. It goes potentially on the 1st, some snow in northern Kazakhstan, and more into central western Russia, and those areas. So be aware there. And now for easternmost Russia, do have these Pacific systems there. Alright, some snow in easternmost areas. It goes there, shows more snow in eastern Russia on the 23rd, a little bit heavier, some spots there. The 24th still shows snow there, some spots of eastern Russia. The 25th shows some too. The 26th shows this system there. For eastern Russia it goes, and like more common the 28th, but late on the 30th shows more snow for southeastern Russia, especially the peninsula there, and some other spots. And later, more throughout, especially the second shows more snow for southeastern Russia in those areas there. So be aware those areas. Now the snow accumulations from the European until the 26th. So you can see the system in China there shows some 47 centimeters, some 50 centimeters, some spots central to northern China, and shows no even a little further south there. Some more snow in the mountains of southern China. So be careful there. The end of the Himalayas, still some more snow there, so some 42 centimeters, 31, but the main winter storms on this area here, so be careful there. Shows more like some 22 centimeters, some 7 for north. In Beijing, some 6 centimeters, but this could change because it updates every single day, and there could be even a little bit more or less, you never know, but just be aware. And especially these areas first out to 48 centimeters, close to 50 centimeters. There's in some spots there, so be careful. This storm coming, this will mainly be on the 24th and 25th, but when this happens, be careful with slippery roads. Uh, Try not to travel a lot through those areas and stay safe. Now in North Korea and some spots some 7 centimeters, it's a little bit in South Korea too, and just south and eastern Mongolia. So be aware, and a little bit through western Mongolia, but very little. So be careful. Shows the snow now in Kyrgyzstan. Those spots there some 21 centimeters. In Kazakhstan some 19 centimeters, 13 centimeters, 19. So be aware, especially in eastern Kazakhstan. Most of the snow is for eastern Kazakhstan. Some spots in Afghanistan too, and Tajikistan some 29 centimeters, some 33. So yeah, so be careful, especially some snow squalls and avalanche danger, especially the avalanche danger those mountains, because when I visit weather sites and everything, the warnings they most have are avalanche dangers in almost all the countries. So be careful, and they especially have this in Japan, a bunch of avalanche advisors. So be careful. In Japan doesn't show that much next 5 days. It does show some 16 centimeters, some 27 centimeters, some 21, and even some spots outside the mountains on the coast. There's some shows some a little bit further south, but mainly northern Japan, some spots there. So be aware. Now until the second already increases there in Japan, and since this increases some in China, but not that much. But the European does increase a lot on those mountains, southern Asia, and take a look at this. Until February 4th, the European has that massive system there, but that's too far. Let's not see it that far, because it will change. But be aware, and just until the 26th, Western Asia, some 4 centimeters, some spots in Turkey, some 7 centimeters, some are for southern Turkey, some 38 centimeters, some 37. So be aware, central Turkey, that's low, and for central northern Turkey, some spots of western Turkey there. So be aware in Syria too, shows some spots of snow, some 8 centimeters, even 10, and in Iraq, and shows in Lebanon some 3 centimeters. So be aware, Western Asia until the first increases in Iran more. So next 10 days shows more northern Iran, especially those mountains western Iran and some other spots there. So beware. It even shows a snowflake or to Saudi Arabia, but I'm not so confident about that. And in the Caucasus shows some, but nothing crazy. But increases more in Afghanistan and Pakistan next 10 days. So yeah, be aware those areas. The GFS has less and a little bit different, but it does having China some 31 centimeters, some spots there to like some 34 centimeters, further south some 8 centimeters and some 11 centimeters. So it does have this snow in China too. Be careful. Shows in northern China some 5 centimeters, some spots there choose some 5.5, 6 centimeters. North Korea choose South Korea. So be careful. Shows in Japan there's some 26 centimeters next 5 days, especially some areas in the northern coast. So stay safe there. And shows more for Russia. That's no central Russia. Some spots like no snow, but most of this area central Russia, that's snow there. And for western Russia, especially close to Europe. So PR central to eastern Kazakhstan. And there's the euro for Russia too, some 32 centimeters, some 20 centimeters, some 18 centimeters, even some systems all the way to 27 or even more. So be aware, some spots central Russia into eastern Russia until the 26th already shows some snow there, some 21 centimeters, some 17, some 12 centimeters. So be aware, and until the second already increases some for central Russia. Eastern Russia, especially in the peninsula, there like 164 next 11 days, but that's too far. So be aware in those areas. There's also the icon, the system in China, some 35 centimeters in spots, and has very scarce, some from Mongolia too, more like China into North Korea, some 15 centimeters, does have some 2 centimeters in Beijing, and more those mountains of southern China. And yeah, so be careful in those areas. And there's the Canadian model, shows here so snowfall. So this is until the 26th, shows more than China, especially those areas in green, those small spots in green for central China. That's close to 34 to 38 centimeters, small area 40 centimeters. So be careful those areas. And you can see it starting here. So the 23rd there is some snow, on the 24th and 25th that heavier snow there, shows on the Koreas some sun too, and especially those mountains of southern China, the high peaks could get some higher accumulations. So be careful. those areas, and that's the snow. But there's also the wind. So in Kazakhstan, it's windier there now because of the system. Shows already 73 km per gusts, and some spots like Samei 4. So it goes there. Windy some spots in Russia too. And be careful if it's windy and snowing at the same time. The visibility and blizzard conditions. So be aware of that. So Tuesday to Wednesday, the Europeans some very high gas there, especially Kazakhstan and between Kazakhstan and Russia, close to 113 km per gas, 115. So stay safe from the wind in those areas. And it does show snow at the same time here, so stay safe with some possible blizzard conditions, and try not to travel much, and be careful that the visibility and everything. So it shows there as summer wind through Kyrgyzstan, the mountains in Tibet, very windy. So stay safe there. Some Hargas, some spots of southern Iran, into Pakistan and Afghanistan. So stay safe there. And southern Russia, those Hargas too. It goes and like most of the high winds go into Russia by the 23rd, some 85 km per gas, some 77. So yeah, be careful and also be aware northern Nepal, Tibet, those spots there, the 23rd, it goes there, especially later. So some points in the afternoon on the 129 km per gas. Be careful there, since most of Tibet and northern Nepal show those areas. So stay safe there. Show in Pakistan as well. Sanhargas, southern Iran, even to like northern Oman. So be aware. Central Georgia shows a specific spots there. The Caspian Sea. So yeah, be aware. So it goes there. Shows some high winds for western China, some spots on the 24th. It goes there, and on the 25th, the snowstorm be well. Sorry, it'll be already happening on the 25th, but it does show some spots of higher gusts there. Most of the snow be between the 24th and 25th, but this is already the end of the 25th and shows slightly higher gusts there. But uh, on the 24th shows mainly through western China and those mountains of southern China. If there's snow, those mountains at the same time, be careful. The visibility, and it doesn't show much. Shows most of the snow through central China. That time on the 24th, but it doesn't show much wind there. But just be careful of the snow itself and everything. And if the forecast changes, there might be more wind. And yeah, so stay safe. It goes there. And special on the 25th, still in southern Mongolia, some higher gusts. And some more spots in central China and Tibet. So stay safe there. So Saturday into Sunday, the 26th, that shows Sahargas just west of Beijing, some spots for central northern China. So stay safe, but shows most of the snow array north there, but still shows a little bit. So be aware those areas. Also Sahargas, the South China Sea, a little bit breezier in Laos and Vietnam to Thailand. And yeah, so Sunday And later on the 27th, the shows way higher gusts the seas between Taiwan and China and east of Taiwan as well, and more higher gusts those mountains of northern China into central northern China, and those spots there still in Tibet, Sanhargas, the 27th. So stay safe there. Goes and like still shows very disturbed seas on the 29th near Japan, South Korea, and more like the South China Sea as well. So it goes there, shows Sanhargas specific spots in Japan there, especially in some mountains, the 30th especially. So especially the 30th shows Sanhargas there in Japan, so be careful in those areas, especially if there is snow at the same time, and stay safe. It goes and like still Sanhargas on the 31st, a little bit further north, and then it goes away. But that's one thing, and right after that shows another system on February 1st, Sanhargas on the west coast, and still on the second shows Sanhargas through central Japan, so stay safe. And right after that, on the third shows Sanhargas through central southern Japan, but that's like 12 days out, and it will still change a lot. So we'll still keep monitoring this, and yeah, but stay safe, especially in the short term. They're now to Russia, Kazakhstan, some spots of Kyrgyzstan, those areas. There's the icon too, shows those higher gusts there, and it even shows some spots southern Kazakhstan to 133 kilometer per gus, and more spots there. So stay safe. It goes, and yeah, and very intense in Tibet. Some days there, especially like shows into China, Kyrgyzstan, more intense on the 23rd. So stay safe there. And now for the temperatures that I showed you before, the outlook there, the above and below average. But now the actual temperatures that might happen on the ground in northern Russia, it's very, very, very frigid. Shows like minus 47, minus 52 degrees Celsius, some spots to minus 56 degrees Celsius. Northern Russia, I see some towns there minus 54, minus 52, minus 51. So please stay safe if you are in those areas. You are most likely very used to it, but please stay safe, stay warm, especially the wind chills. If it's like minus 56 degrees Celsius, it can feel like minus 65 depending on the wind and everything. So please stay safe, and please be careful. Minus 55, minus 51, and further east, minus 47, minus 48, some spots minus 40. So please stay safe. Minus 45, and in all those areas, please stay safe. The wind chill, especially minus 48, might be like minus 55, or might feel like even less, depending on the wind. Just if there's no wind and some humidity, and like it's very quiet, the wind chills won't be bad. But if there's even a little bit of wind there, you feel very, very frigid, and even more than this. So please stay safe. And now for southern Russia, some spots colder too, to northern China, some minus 20s and 30s. So beware. There's this area for South Central Russia, a little bit less cold, but cold for much of northern and western China. Those negative temperatures, especially the high elevations there, very cold. The higher you get, some cold, some negative temperatures, Central Afghanistan, Tajikistan, beyond Kazakhstan, and those areas goes there and shows this cold wave here for the below average temperatures, and central Kazakhstan could get all the way to minus 26 degrees Celsius. Shows like into northern Uzbekistan, minus 13, Turkmenistan, so negative temperatures in the north as well. And see, even to central Turkmenistan shows in Iran there, in Turkey as well. And this is the icon. Let's see what the European has. So uh, right now too is like minus 52. So the icon is actually a little bit more extreme, but yeah. So but please stay safe there. And it goes into Wednesday, and the European Kazakhstan is all the way to minus 29 central Kazakhstan, that cold wave. So be careful there for central Russia too, and into like northern China, and especially in the mountains of Tajikistan, into like southern China, northern India. Stay safe. The cold, those mountains into Afghanistan too. So it goes there, and shows like still on the 23rd, very cold in Kazakhstan. Shows in Russia there, still cold, and the cold wave moves east. So stay safe. And now already showing Western Mongolia close to minus 37, minus 33. So stay safe. It goes there. And by the 25th shows like most of central Russia, even close to minus 39. So stay safe. Southern Russia into Mongolia, very cold too, right between Russia and China, and Kazakhstan and Mongolia. So stay safe. Shows like Tibet's still extremely cold, the mountains. So be careful there too. And there in northern Russia shows less extreme, but still very cold. So stay safe still. Selected temperatures in Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and especially in Afghanistan, sunspots in Pakistan too, and in Iran. So it goes there. Uh, the 25th shows this area here like in a weird shape of cold air, especially northern Russia to minus 42, into Mongolia's very cold too. Sunspots even to minus 38. So stay safe. It goes there. So minus 36, so minus 37, some other spots there. So stay safe. Kazakhstan it gets better because the worst goes east towards Mongolia, but it does show still on the 25th, some minus 17. Some spots in eastern Kazakhstan, some minus 25, 26 still. So stay safe. It goes still cold on the 27th, Kazakhstan, but better. And Mongolia is minus 27, still some spots. And the worst goes into Russia there, some minus 43, some minus 42. Southwestern Russia, better. Shows all the way to 13 degrees in the Black Sea. But further north, still cold, but not so extreme. So it goes there, still cold. so like minus 45 on the 29th, and still like Mongolia to western China, very cold, the mountains, and some basins in western China, some -7, some -9, and Mongolia still close to -20, but northern China shows some -30, so stay safe there. And next temperatures throughout eastern China, the Koreas through Japan, so the, the 29th, and it shows another cold wave, central western Russia, not western like there, but like central Russia, so -38 into northern Kazakhstan, and some spots in northern China, very cold through central northern Russia, and does show on the 31st, so -28, -27 in central Mongolia. So stay safe in those cold temperatures and everything. Still negative in Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, sunspots there, and especially the mountains Tajikistan. Outside the mountain shows some 3 degrees in spots, but show like some -31 in some spots. The mountains some -14. So stay safe in Kyrgyzstan. The same thing. So be aware there. Now for further east, now so now on the 22nd shows a little bit warmer southern China, and during the night a little bit colder, but still cold like in Beijing, some -4, North Korea very cold, northern South Korea, and the mountains in Japan, to northern Japan. So it goes there, and then later this month those below average temperatures start digging, shows in Japan some 4 degrees in Tokyo, but in the mountains -12, some spots to -13, and through northern China, those spots to -23, some -20, shows there's some spots in eastern China kind of cold, but shows more negative temperatures through eastern China, on the 27th, so -10 in Beijing, so 1 degree in Shanghai, still cold through central northern Japan. So stay safe. Who goes there, especially on the night of the or night of more. Yeah, the night of the 27th shows like some -2 in Shanghai, so some others to -2. It's a mountain northern Taiwan to 0 degrees, more cold temperatures throughout central to eastern China, and yeah, so stay safe. So -12 in Beijing, so it goes there, and like shows some more negative temperatures central southern Japan, that the mountains on the 28th. So yeah, stay safe, and in the south there still shows kind of hot in Cambodia, even to 33 degrees. In Thailand, somewhere like tropical-ish temperatures there, and the same thing in central southern India, but during the night it does cool down some, central to northern India. So yeah, be aware. Now through Western Asia still shows those very negative temperatures in Turkey and northern Iran and western Iran, those areas. So in Afghanistan, showing the mountains, even as part to Saudi Arabia to 0 degrees, in Iraq, Syria, cold too, especially some spots in Lebanon. So stay safe. Central Turkey into Azerbaijan, so -11, even to -15 the Caucasus. So stay safe there. So Wednesday into Thursday, still cold there, into Friday still shows those negative temperatures there in Iran, even those other areas here, especially in Turkey and Georgia, shows already minus 19 in the Caucasus. So stay safe, it goes there. This is the 26 still shows those negative temperatures there, and in those areas. So the 27th still shows much of northern Saudi Arabia, something like 2 degrees, 4, 7 degrees, and during the afternoon it does warm up in Oman and Yemen, close to 30 degrees, some 28, some 27, but it does cool down some during the night too. So be aware and goes there, and the negative dangers remain those areas, especially in the mountains. So stay safe, and yeah, be careful there in Asia, in all those areas. And another important thing is fog too. So especially in northern India and some areas that tend to get a lot of fog, especially in the mornings, you see it practically disappears in the afternoon. So stay safe with the low visibilities this might cause, and be careful. So yeah, stay safe. Now for some advisors, for example, if you see in Japan here, there are these advisors, mainly dense fog advisories, some spots there. In some mountains here, they do that have some avalanche warnings, some mountains. So yeah, be aware. Some dry air advisors. So check the links in the description to see warnings and advisors. Another thing as well is in Kazakhstan, wind and other dangers in Russia. So yeah, stay safe.